Hello, cosmic explorers. I'm Matt, and today we're journeying to our closest celestial neighbor, the Moon. For millennia, we've gazed up, dreaming of touching its surface, but getting there, that's a wild story of ambition, engineering, and risk. This isn't just about rockets and astronauts, it's about the unsung heroes, the lunar landers. These robotic pioneers braved the unknown, paving the way for every moonwalk and discovery that followed. So buckle up as we dive into the wild world of lunar landers, from Cold War rivalries to modern international missions. Let's explore the triumphs, failures, and sheer audacity of landing on another world. Our story begins in the Cold War, with the US and Soviet Union locked in a high-stakes space race. The Soviets had already stunned the world with Sputnik and Yuri Gagarin. The next big prize? The Moon. But before sending people, both sides needed to know, was the lunar surface solid or a deadly sea of dust? The only way to find out was to send a probe. Landing on the Moon meant traveling 250,000 miles, slowing from thousands of miles per hour, and surviving a landing. No small feat. The Soviets, working quietly, launched their lunar missions, determined to make history. Early attempts failed. Some probes missed the Moon, others crashed spectacularly, but each failure taught valuable lessons. The Soviets pressed on, refining their designs with every setback. Meanwhile, the world watched, waiting to see who would land first. The Americans were planning their Surveyor program, but the Soviets were about to pull off a surprise. The race to the Moon's surface was about to reach its first dramatic climax. The Soviets were closing in on their target. February 3rd, 1966, history is made. Lunar 9, a Soviet probe, becomes the first spacecraft to soft land on another world. After a tense descent, it survived and began transmitting data. The Soviets had beaten the Americans to the lunar surface. Lunar 9's design was ingenious, a small capsule encased in airbags, bouncing to a stop before opening like a metallic flower. Its camera sent back the first ever images from the Moon's surface, grainy but revolutionary. The world was captivated, but the Soviets delayed releasing the images. British scientists at Jodrell Bank intercepted the signal, decoded the pictures, and published them before the Soviets could. Lunar 9 answered the big question. The surface was solid, not a dust trap. The probe didn't sink, it stood firm, proving future landings were possible. Lunar 9 was more than a machine, it was a symbol of possibility. It showed the world that the Moon could be reached, touched, and explored. The Moon's first guest had arrived, and the party was just beginning. The door was open for all who would follow. The age of lunar exploration had truly begun. With Lunar 9's success, NASA had to respond, and fast. Enter the Surveyor program, 7 robotic missions designed to land, survey, and prepare for Apollo. Surveyor 1 landed just months after Lunar 9, using a controlled descent with retro rockets for a gentle touchdown. It sent back over 11,000 crisp images, giving scientists their first detailed look at the lunar surface. Later, surveyors carried robotic arms to dig, test soil strength, and analyze the Moon's chemistry. These missions scouted landing sites, tested the ground, and confirmed the Moon was safe for astronauts. 5 of 7 surveyors succeeded, mapping out the best spots for Apollo. The iconic 3-legged design would inspire the Apollo lunar module. Surveyor proved America had the technology and precision to master lunar landings. The stage was set for humanity's giant leap. Surveyor wasn't just a technical triumph. It was the Moon's welcome committee for Apollo. Its images and soil data helped NASA pick safe, flat landing sites and design sturdy landing gear. In 1969, Apollo 12 astronauts landed just 600 feet from Surveyor 3, visiting the robotic Pioneer. They retrieved parts, letting scientists study how lunar conditions affected man-made materials. It was the only time humans have visited a robotic probe on another world. The image of Pete Conrad beside Surveyor 3 is a powerful symbol of progress. Surveyor's legacy, a bridge between robotic scouts and human explorers. The moon was ready for its honored guests. While Apollo captured headlines, the Soviets doubled down on robotic exploration. In 1970, Lunar 16 became the first mission to land, collect a soil sample, and return it to Earth. No humans required. The lander drilled into the regolith, packed 101 grams of lunar soil, and launched the sample home. This was the first remote-controlled launch from another world. Lunar 16, and later Lunar 20 and 24, proved robots could achieve complex goals at lower cost and risk. These missions expanded our knowledge with samples from new locations. They paved the way for today's sample return missions, like Hayabusa 2 and OSIRIS-REx. Sometimes the smartest way to explore is to send a robot to do the heavy lifting. The Soviets showed the world what robotic explorers could achieve. After Apollo and Lunar, the moon was quiet for decades, but the dream never died. In 2008, India's Chandrayaan-1 orbiter released a probe that found water molecules on the moon, a game-changing discovery. Water means fuel, life support, and a future for lunar exploration. India's next mission, Chandrayaan-2, lost its lander during descent, but the team pressed on. In 2023, Chandrayaan-3 made history. India became the fourth nation to soft land on the moon, and the first to reach the South Polar region. The moon had a new passport stamp. India's success proved lunar exploration is now a global pursuit. The search for water and resources is driving a new era of discovery. The moon is no longer the domain of just two superpowers. It's a destination for all humanity. The international guest list keeps growing. The lunar party is just getting started. As India reached for the moon, China launched its Chang'e program, building capabilities step by step. In 2013, Chang'e 3 landed in the Sea of Rains, deploying the U-2 Jade Rabbit rover, a mobile geology lab with ground-penetrating radar. For the first time, we saw the moon's subsurface layers. China's next leap, landing on the far side, a place of mystery and radio silence. To communicate, they launched a relay satellite, Kuekiao, beyond the moon. In 2019, Chang'e 4 made a flawless far-side landing, and U-2 explored a landscape no probe had touched. Chang'e 5 followed, returning nearly 2 kilograms of young lunar rocks. Each mission adds new chapters to the moon's international guest book. China is setting the stage for future crewed landings. The moon's story is now truly global. Landing on the moon is still one of engineering's toughest challenges. For every success, there are near misses, missions that came heartbreakingly close. In 2019, Israel's Bereshit, the first private lunar lander, crashed in its final moments. In 2024, Japan's Slim achieved a pinpoint landing but tipped over, limiting its mission. Even recent US attempts, like Astrobotic's Peregrine, have faced critical failures. But these aren't failures, they're vital steps forward. Each setback provides data, experience, and inspiration for the next attempt. These pioneers prove that reaching for the moon is never easy. They embody the spirit of exploration. Try, learn, and try again. The path to the moon is paved with courage and resilience. Every almost brings us closer to the next triumph. The journey continues, one bold attempt at a time. From Lunar 9's grainy photos to high-def images from the lunar South Pole, lunar landers tell the story of our cosmic ambition. What began as a fierce rivalry is now a global adventure, with nations and private teams all adding to the moon's story. The moon is no longer a silent observer, it's a destination, a laboratory, and a stepping stone to the stars. The legacy of these landers is more important than ever as we prepare for new missions like Artemis. They were our scouts, our eyes, and our hands on another world. Which mission inspired you most? Let us know in the comments. And as always, keep looking up.